Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Is everyone doing great or fantastic? So, Mr. Darshan, good morning to you, my friend. William said, good morning, Theo and everyone. Hope everyone had a nice weekend and is ready for a positive trading week again. Looking forward to absolutely. Larry, how are you doing, my friend? Good morning. Ruben said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Ruben. Larry said, I have been hearing about the heat wave in Greece. How is it in Cyprus? Still manageable. Today, it's again, we have these red red signals to be cautious about the heat today. I think it's about 37 degrees currently, and it's still 9:30. Darshan said he's doing super and fantastic. That's good. So both. Ruben said we hope for a good week. Absolutely. Roland said good morning. Good morning, Roland. Darshan looks like you are watching the news and you are very well aware of what's going on. In Rhodos Island, it was really bad, absolutely. And some fires, and unfortunately. Ibrahim Essa said, good morning, Theo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my friend Ibrahim. And it's nice to see you on this webinar. Said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, my friend Cherry. Maria, Julia, good morning, all. And let's see what possibilities will open up ahead this week. Couldn't agree more with you, Maria. Ibrahim said, good, thanks, great and fantastic. Also, Mr. Carlos, thanks for joining us and good morning to you as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any trading or advice or personal recommendations, and any information relating to past performance of the currency or the indices doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to replicate in the same way. Later on, you will be able to listen to your fundamental analysis in the podcast. I haven't uploaded yet. After this webinar, in the next 30 minutes, I will upload it 30 minutes to an hour. And it's going to be a busy week, guys. A lot of interest rates today, this week. I think that they will pick up from Wednesday onwards, without meaning that prior Wednesday, we're not going to see any opportunities or not going to see any trading activity. Let's check the calendar very quick. And I think it's this one here. Yep. So today, as I said, we don't expect to see a lot of activity in the market, just purchase manufacturer index in Germany that will affect the euro. Of course, previous it was 40.6. The forecast give it for 41, but really still is below the benchmark of 50. There is a benchmark that they measure the performance, and that's the number 50. So as long as it's below 50 or above 50, that's the only thing we really care as traders, of course, right? And guys, please be aware that market talks, it's in 3 days. I will be interviewing Wieland Art, an exceptional trader and investor. And I really look forward for this podcast. It's going to be a great one. So please make sure you register, you book the time and the date. Here is the link. Mladen said, good morning, Mladen. X-Man, how are you doing, X-Man? Ruben asked if it's more or less than 50. Yes, how does this news will affect the markets? This purchasing manufacturer PMI news, really, they don't cause major moves in the market. We experience this move more when we trade, let's say, 5 minutes, 1 minute chart, because we see that volatility coming in the time of the news, but nothing close to the non-farm payroll event or to interest rates. If you have this PMI manufacturer on composite or S&P Global, anything related to this PMI anyway, news event, they really don't have any strong effect in the Forex market. It doesn't really move the price, put it that way. Okay. Ruben asked, I'm an intraday trader, but try not to be in the market at that time. Look, it's good. It's good. Again, if you are on 1 minute or 5 minute chart in these events, yes, you're going to feel the volatility. But if you're trading, let's say on 15 minutes or 30-minute charts, 1 hour, I don't think these composites and PMI events, they're going to make any, they're going to cause any major or any significant move. So let's move on. Kingsley said, good morning and hello. Hello, Kingsley. Mogiol, how are you doing, my friend? Good morning, Mogiol. So, guys, let's start with the pound against the US dollar. And let's bring the drawing tool as well. So, price made higher high. It came back to this support area. It also consists with a FIB 61.8% retracement. And I placed an alert here. We see the market has a nice frequency, and the sellers candles, they become smaller and smaller. And finally, at this point here, we have a nice doji candle at an area where buying pressure, most likely, it's going to join the market. Now, Feds are about to raise to hike the interest rates on, I think on Wednesday, or I think on Wednesday. So what do we expect to happen? We expect to see if the US dollar will follow through, some continuation to the downside. Now, what should we do? That's the question. If we believe that the market is going to keep rallying because of the higher highs and higher lows, we can still buy. And again, why traders, they find it difficult to trade trends? It's simply because when we say trend, it's the easiest trading setup to trade, it has the lowest success ratio in terms of probabilities. And these two, they create a cluster in the trader's mind. So I prefer around this area with the news event forecast to be favorable for the US dollar to place an alert like I placed here. If the price create a new low today, I will go for a buy stop for a bullish engulfing. The market, though, can push higher at some point. And as I explained on Friday, this trend here it's also this move here, better to say that this move here, it's also a trend. So we can draw some trend lines to structure this or to map this area. The only trend line it looks valid is this steep trend line. Where you go on the 4-hour chart, it's gonna be more obvious. Now, we see that the price already broke outside of this downward trend line. If you draw the trend line from this point to this point, or if you move it to this point, doesn't make any difference because we already see the price broke outside of the trend line. That gives us confidence if we go on the daily chart to start looking for buying opportunities. Okay, now, because this is a wave in the market, this is a trend, there is a high chance every time we deal with this uncertainty based on the news events that they don't confirm also the chart, we can draw our fib. And if we're going to buy from this point, and again, guys, pay attention to this. If we're going to buy from here, we have the 61.8 fib area to keep an eye on and question this new trend. At this point here, if we see some unusual activity, we can simply question the validity of the new trend. Okay, keep that in mind. So for today, I have a sell, I have an alert here. If it gets triggered, I will place a buy stop order. Euro US dollar. It was a nice counter trend trade that unfortunately I didn't participate in that one. And yeah, what to do? So last week, the market, the week ago, that's a weekly chart, the price fall, but it didn't penetrate the support here. So we are still looking for some bullishness in the in this market. This week now, you will listen it on the podcast. The European Central Bank are looking to vote for a rise in the interest rates, as well as the Fed. So US dollar is expected to rise and the euro is expected to rise. Which one it's going to be the strongest? We don't know, right? So sometimes if there is no that much of a clarity, we can look for other opportunities like the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Although this is in a range market, and there is a high chance if the US dollar gets strengthened based on the interest rates high, Australian dollar fundamentally based on the forecast we have currently, it shows to experience some weakness this week. So if price, we can monitor the price. And if we see that little bit of wide bodies, they make it to climb a bit higher, that indicates a weakness in the market. What I will be waiting for, my focus, entire focus this week, I believe it's going to be mainly on the Australian dollar for its weakness and the strength of the euro and the US dollar. I will be looking to see in this Australian dollar, US dollar, some retracement and with small candles and small bodies. And that will give me a good indication to trade to the downside, the Aussie USD. Still bearish on this one. Also bearish on the Kiwi against the US dollar. Aggressiveness in this sell off. At some point we do expect buyers to push higher, but there is no such a clarity in this one here. And there are no news this week, guys, for the Kiwi, major or significant news events for the Kiwi as well as the Canadian dollar. So mainly we're going to be focusing on the US dollar. Another one, USDJPY. We're going to still look for longs here because Japan, Bank of Japan, they are looking to keep the interest rates to where it is, and the Fed is trying to raise the interest rates. So if the US dollar again will follow through the move, the Japanese yen also will follow through the rates from the Bank of Japan. We can see some more upside in this pair. So keep that as well in your watch list. US dollar JPY. USD CAD, I spotted yesterday while I was doing my market analysis to create my watch list for this week. I spotted a development of kind of an inverse head and shoulder. Market made a new low, and then it pushed, it corrected up to this line as we expected. Then the market made a new low here, lower low, with a bullish divergence. That means weakness in the in this downtrend. Again, I realize that many traders, they don't understand what does the divergences mean. When we talk about divergence, we mainly analyzing what happened in the current trend. So I'm not talking about divergences here, bullish divergence, because this trend leg was weak. No, bullish divergence occurred due to the weakness of this last move to the downside. So here is the head, left shoulder, potential, left shoulder here because an inverse pattern, not this one here, and then potentially the right shoulder. Again, US dollar, if it's gonna gain some strength, we do expect that it's gonna push much higher. So we can go to the 4-hour charts, 1-hour charts, and try to spot trends, higher highs, higher lows. Just we can use some moving averages, Bollinger Bands, whatever trend filters you like to use, or just simple higher highs and higher lows, and we can buy from that. USD CHF, although we know very well in currency trading that any strong impulse move, directional move, it's followed by a retracement or a correction. I'm still expecting to see some bullishness in this one here. So in many charts, the technicals and the fundamentals, they match together, and it makes it more attractive for trading setups. Next one, EURJPY. We are approaching this resistance, and here I will be interested with any weakness to sell it. Okay, because there is a strong bearish divergence, and keep this for short. If by any way the euro won't follow through the rates, bearish engulfing ideally will be to go short on this one. Pound JPY, still not interested in this one here. Australian dollar JPY, again, we are trading below this downward trend line. If the market, and here it's the 61.8 FIB retracement based on this move here. So I will be looking for some weakness here to sell it. I will place an alert again to try and get the bearish engulfing. CAD JPY, It's really nothing here. New Zealand JPY, it's hovering around the support. Doesn't show any kind of opportunity. Next one, Euro Canadian dollar. Euro cut at this area of support. Price can continue to the upside, of course, because Euro is strong, Canadian dollar is weak. So everything looks fine with that one. We will leave the DAX for later, another 3-4 minutes. Gold. I'm still in this trade based on the bearish engulfing candle here. I'm expecting to see some more weakness and hit my take profit. I sold based on this bearish engulfing when it was forming on Thursday. On Friday, it followed through, and hopefully today it's going to continue. So I'm bearish on that one. WTI, it's kind of topping here. We don't know if this is going to sustain. Silver, bearish engulfing. It approaches this strong support. That's an inside support here. I told you to be very suspicious with an inside support, but to look the real inside support. What does a real inside support looks like? Exactly like this one. When we look on the left, we see the last two candles not protrude higher than this one here. And when we look on the right, we want to see only one penetration, only. If we see two penetrations, this is not an inside support. That's the most important, because this penetration here, it was due to the strong momentum candle. So we expected that this support now, it's going to be a strong support in the market. It's when the highs in an uptrend, when they penetrated decisively, they tend to work as support on the bounce. Any questions? X-Man said, I'm good. No snow yet. How are you, Theo? I'm very well, my friend. Next, ladies and gentlemen, this copper for my friend Dashkan. Dashkan, is that you trading the copper? Or Ernest asked for the Aussie cut. We're going to check the Aussie cut. So the copper currently is doing absolutely nothing. There is only one way to play this copper trade. If you see this move as a new trend leg without looking on the left, you can see that this black candle or seller's candle, it's a strong one. Nothing else followed through, and buyers, they try to clear them, they fail somewhere in this area. So it looks like there is lots of sell limit orders join at this point. Dashkan, that's the copper. Yes, exactly. That's the one, my friend. And the Bitcoin yesterday, it just put this bullish engulfing. Today is selling off. I really believe if we're going to see a strong US dollar, we're going to see some good push to the downside. Dow Jones, I'm going to looking for some counter trend trades, as well as the S&P 500 inside candle. S&P 500 here, guys, if you want to see what I'm looking to trade, an inside candle and the break to the downside can lead us to this 61.8 retracement of this one here. Let's go to the DAX. Thank you so much, Ruben, for reminding that we have 3 minutes. tax 40. We are looking to go mainly short, but we're going to play it in both ways. There is about there are about 14 pips on this move. That's a 5-minute chart. I will be looking for a sell stop below the low of this 5-minute candle, and I will be looking for a buy stop above the high of this one here. Let's see the 1 minute, what is doing. We still have 1 minute to go. Therefore, I'm not going to be rushed to place the sell stop order here, because in the next minute, it might be triggered and it's not going to make it a valid low. Okay. But if you like to place it from now and you think it's appropriate for your risk and your trading, please act accordingly. So, a minute to go. After we place the orders, I'm gonna tell you something about trading, of course. Not any secret. Okay. That's the 59. Come on. That's what I don't like to see before the London Open. I really don't like to see this kind of moves because they really break the structure. So I will be looking to go short now on this one here. So I place a sell stop below the low of the of this structure. Market gap very, very high aggressively. Also, yesterday there were some parliament elections in Spain, and of course it's going to affect the euro. Buy stop order got triggered. So I canceled the sell stop order. And let's see if it's going to end up being a real breakout or a false breakout. So we want to see the next few minutes up, guys. We got it. We got it. That's awesome. 12 pips, 13 and go, close. Yep. Okay. Awesome. That was a good trade today. Nice breakout. Very, very nice breakout. If you are still in the trade, that's fantastic. Oh my God. If you are still in the trade, that's awesome. For me, it's done. I think it was that 13, 14 points. And that was beautiful. So guys, maybe from tomorrow, don't get excited, okay? Maybe from tomorrow or next week, I will be able to start showing you my analysis only. We are not on trading view yet. We haven't sorted out the integration, the things between the softwares, whatever. But I will be able to show you the analysis I do because, as many of you know, I'm a certified financial technical analyst. I make official analysis about the markets, and I give some targets and some expectations of where the price might be moving in the next period, in some period of time anyway. So because I keep notes there, and I think it's going to help you to learn as well how I analyze the market, and whatever I explain you during these sessions, I have them also in written, and I think it's going to be a great help and support when you see the notes on the chart. But on what's this one, on the MetaTrader, it's a bit hard to do it. Okay, so I think we had a good trade today. For those who took the trade, I don't see any comments, so I assume that you did what was best for you. Again, I hope you guys, when you see these impulse candles, you don't be aggressive. And when you see the market gives you 10 in these breakouts, 10, 15, 20 at some, you have to start booking profits. Yeah. Okay, Ruben, thanks, Theo. I took it and got out with profit. Well done, Ruben. Darshan, Haristo. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, my friend. And thank you so much for your support. And yes. All right, guys, I will leave you with this. I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and I look forward to see you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much.